Alright, I look rough because I literally just crawled out of bed like 10 minutes ago. I could wait to make this video when I'm pulled together. But I woke up so much better this morning than last morning. My sinuses were a little messed up, so it's definitely allergies. I might have even forgot that night before yesterday to take my loratadine that I have to take every night. So that was a possibility. Could have been, because I thought I had the C word again. I was so upset, so upset. So of course the scale isn't moving, but I ate really late last night. I'm still stuck right there at almost 180 basically. It's like 1 point from 180. 186. It's 1 point away from 180 today. I don't know what it was yesterday, but it's basically the same. Which I will be honest, even though I've taken the ibuprofen, which causes me to go up about 5-6 pounds and not come down for a week, even though it's that time of the month, I was really expecting to see numbers go back down, because the last 2 days I have gotten way more steps in. Well, yesterday my steps were only 8K, but I have worked my butt off pulling weeds, almost passing out 500 times yesterday from pulling the weeds, because I have that condition, dysautonomia. Basically, it's like POTS. Just never had the tilter table test. So one doctor said no, I have POTS, but I've never had the tilted table test, so her doctor does not say I have POTS. So every time I bend over, I'd stay bent over for a long time and walk around bent over to pull the weeds, because the moment I come back up, I'm grabbing hold of stuff. I am almost fainting. I have fainted a billion times in my lifetime. This past summer, I fainted at least 4 times. I hear ringing, I see stars, I get really dizzy, and almost pass out. I'm also very nauseous during that moment. But it's gotta be done. It's gotta be done. There's tons of rocks there. It is pure weeds. So taking a weed eater to it isn't going to get rid of him. They're just gonna be back up next week. And you can't go that low because of the rocks. And flies rocks everywhere. So I was pulling them up the last couple of days by hand. Plus my flower garden part could not get pulled up. Yo, I tried to pull the circle up yesterday. All the grass that's grown in there has made it impossible to get a shovel to get the dirt out, and it's too heavy to dump. And even if you go underneath, there's a billion root system that is holding all that dirt together in those little baby pools I used. So that's going to be a nightmare. But I started pulling the rocks up, not the rocks, but the little red bricks. I still have a lot more to go. But I've done a lot of sweating, so that's why I was expecting the scale to go down. I've done a lot of sweating. MPing. But no, the scale just stays put. So we'll see. We'll see. Because I really, I want to be more than 10 pounds off by November 3rd, but that is the minimum goal, is 10 pounds. And I know I could do something that I know works every time, but I'm also scared it will tear up my metabolism. And I also don't want to be super tired a week either. In the past, when I done it, there was no one in this house but me and my daughter. I did not have to deal with stress by another adult being in there wanting say-sos or doing things differently than you do. I didn't have to deal with all the indoor cats. None of the outdoor cats, because my mom took care of all of them. I wasn't having to deal with my dad's health issue because he was so much better. All I had to do was focus on me and my daughter. And my daughter hadn't gone through puberty yet, so we didn't know about all her conditions yet. They got worse during puberty. So my stress level was very little. I had a beautiful, spotless, perfect house. Everything was fine. And I didn't do outside stuff, so I didn't have yards to take care of or anything like that. Never, and I had my beautiful back porch. Yeah, I know I got a beautiful front porch right now being taken up by spiders and the cats, but I can never, even when I make it pretty, it's not the same as my back porch was to me. I think it's because my front porch is way bigger. However, it's more narrow. It's a shotgun porch, so it's 10 by 40. My back porch is like 12 by 14 or 12 by 16, something like, it's a square. It's more a square. And I just had that, like, the perfect setup. And the front porch, like I said, is way more narrow. If I had my way, at least a part of the front porch, I would go add a square to it. It would be easy to do in my opinion. I would go add another section to it and turn that one area I want into a square. But everyone thinks it'll look stupid. I don't think it would look stupid. But because that's what I really want. Or to widen the whole damn thing would make me the happiest person in the world. The only thing that stops me from doing stuff is I can't do everything by myself. I do need help. I do need things cut because I'm terrified of cutting myself off. Like, I am dangerous. I'm a dangerous person. I get really hurt when I build. I get really hurt when I use a normal grill. I blew them up on myself. Yeah, I've blown up a pressure cooker. I got severe first and second degree burns, and that was awful. When I took my shirt off to get the hot water off of me, all my skin went with me. My whole entire chest and stomach. Okay, that was like 2017, 18. No, I didn't have a YouTube channel yet, so, but it was right in there somewhere. Then I blew up a grill, literally blew it up and caught myself on fire and got those burns again on my stomach. And on my hands and arms. Thank God I was wearing a jean apron. I didn't get the burns on my stomach everywhere, just little parts because the apron, had metal buttons on it, and that's where I got burned. It was mostly just my hands and arms. But thank God I was wearing that apron because that apron protected that area, my chest and the stomach. And then, yeah, I've cut my fingers down to the bone multiple times. I've cut my ankle down to the bone twice. And I mean all the way down. So everyone thinks I'm dangerous, and I do have to agree. I think it's the ADHD. I'm not always right there present. My brain is like a million places, and I'm not always present. I blame Dino on the grill though, because I never used really charcoal. Like I never had to relight it, and it had gone out, and Dino's like, just throw some more lighter fluid on it, and relight it. But he didn't say when you do that, lift the lid up. So when I lit it from underneath where you're supposed to, which that's the area he never uses. He doesn't do it that way. He just does up from the top, but it's literally got a door to do it from underneath. I should have just put charcoal in there and not relit it. It would have lit itself or something. But yeah, it made this big, it went up but couldn't escape, so it came back out at me. So yeah, I understand why no one wants me to use big saws and stuff. Probably just saw my leg off. But I need help. So sometimes when I have ideas of stuff I want to build, I can't build it because no one wants to agree to it, or no one, so that means someone's going to cut the wood for me. So yeah. I really wish I could win the lotto. I guess I have to play the lotto to win, though. Let me tell you. If I won the lotto, I would build a barn dominium. I'd probably get more land, depending on how much I won. But I would want a barn dominium. Then I would build everyone out so my family won on the property. But I would want a split one. Meaning, the one side would have like a guest room maybe, or just a room, and then a whole entire shower and laundry room that's also going to have a door on that side of that laundry room that would lead into the master bedroom on the other side. Or a double laundry room right there that would lead into, and then the master bedroom. The whole reason is the one side would have a beautiful gigantic kitchen, living room, all that jazz, with 0 cats. And all the clothes that I wear going out would stay on that side with that laundry room. And my shower and everything would be over there. Then the other side could be the other bedrooms, a small little kitchen and all of that stuff. And the cats could have their own rooms and a sunroom. And it would have a laundry room for the clothes that we wore with the cats. Because I want a beautiful home again that's not got scratches from cats, or having to fight cats, or having cat hair. I miss being able to cook. I loved cooking, and I can't make dishes inside my house. I'm going to do a deep clean again. Once I do deep cleans, then I can cook more for my parents, because I don't want any little cat hair might go through there, and there's just too much. It doesn't matter how much I clean. I think I need new cat trees is one of the problems. But they're expensive. I've gone through a lot of cat trees in the last, what, four years? Because they get so bad, no matter how much you clean them, that the hair won't come off, and then you need new ones. But I would love that. I would absolutely love a whole section where I could have friends or family, probably just family because I don't have friends, just have family come over and eat dinner. Or me not worried about, oh my gosh, what if cat hair gets in it? Me not having to yell at cats. Not to scratch my stuff up. I love my cats, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm not that evil person. I can't stand when people do that. When they've had them for years and they just decide they're tired of dealing with it. No, I signed on for this for their life. So, without thinking, did not think. He brought me this tiny, cute little kitty Willow, and I just did not think what that meant. But yeah. Yep. That would be nice. That would be nice. That would be my dream. And so, I'm gonna shut up now because I'm just rattling. It is 1:30 and I am hungry, but we're not cooking until 3, and I want beef today, so I'm not going to eat, even though I'm actually starting to get very hungry. I notice when I do the pork loin, like lean meats or heavy fruits, like yesterday was heavy carbs, I'm hungry the next day earlier than normal, because my hunger usually don't hit until 3, but not when I'm doing like the pork tenderloins or turkey or anything like that. Not the deli meat. I'm hungry all the time when I do deli meat. So yeah, I've been working on my closet still. Still, as my sizes, even the weight's not moving, but the sizes are. I got rid of more clothes. If I listened to Dina, I would never have space in my closet. I also would, I don't want to ever be those sizes again. Okay, I don't want to ever do that again. So maybe I'll keep larges. Like I've been wearing lately. Maybe I'll keep that just in case, because I would be okay if I got stuck in the 170s for the rest of my life. I won't be okay if I'm wearing extra larges, XXL, XXXL, 1L, 1XL, 2XL, 3XL. They are different because Junior Miss doesn't do the 2s and stuff. So I wear Junior Miss. When I tell you the size I am wearing, it is Junior Miss clothes. Alright, it is not women's clothes. So if I tell you I am wearing a size 12, 14 and something, it is not women's. And there is a huge difference. The waist is a huge difference, and the hip area way bigger on women's clothes. They do not fit me. They will swallow me. They will not fit correctly. So right now, the only reason I am probably in 12s is my stomach is not, like, it's gone down drastically, but it is the slower part this time. The slower part. It just don't seem to be exactly where it was last time. But I have loose skin this time. I think that's the problem. It's loose fat. So I don't know how much loose skin I'm going to actually have when it's all over, except on my thighs. It definitely has loose fat and loose skin already going on. And I don't wear compression clothes anymore. I wore tighter clothes to help my skin. And I did tons of collagen. But because of my mast cell, I react to tight stuff now. I react to compression stuff, and I haven't tried the collagen again. But I am thinking about doing it soon. I just have been really scared. But I think I'm going to start doing it soon and start doing like a quarter scoop at a time, like a day, just to see. And I'm going to try this one this time. This was my favorite in the beginning, and then I started having reactions to it. But then Perfect Keto changed their ingredients around, and I started having reaction to it. So we'll see. But right now I've been really focused on when I add stuff, it being something real, like an egg or, you know, different meats. That's what I've been focusing on when adding stuff right now. Let me see what my cat wants. She's about to lose her mind. I was starving. I've eaten a whole porterhouse standing up at the grill. Okay, it was a thin one, but I couldn't wait. I couldn't. It's 3:10. It's so yummy. So yummy, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna have to go get the butter that's outside because I like to pour it in here. Alright, let me put some of this away for tomorrow. Look at this one. It's gigantic. I should have waited to eat this one. It looks the best. Alright, so this is my meal prepping. Not sure how many oh, I gotta go back and get the butter, honey, because I want to pour it on my food. Okay, so then let's put
I can eat is
this one.
Is still good.
Oh yeah, it's still good, honey. I definitely need to go get the butter.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Past 3 days.
It's not.
Oh, God.
Ignore him.
Past 3, I can't eat it now.
Baby, it is new. It doesn't go bad until like November. Okay, so here's my meal prepping. Actually, that one doesn't go to that one. Oh my gosh, there's friggin' cat hair everywhere and it's irritating me.
Well, I tell you, if we get rid of some cats,
We're not getting rid of them. We just gotta learn how to clean the cat hair somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how. Comes right back. Oh, I gotta go get my butter to pour my butter into each of these containers.
I gotta butter my sausages.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Never mind.
My butter now. And there's only a little bit left. Like a little bit.
Okay.
Like,
I'll just. I just don't like wasting butter, so.
These
all
are
right,
keto,
so.
you said, right?
Yes, honey, they're keto.
That's why they taste bad.
You love them.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, I call them keto because it's 3 carbs per one, and they're huge, and it's the cheddar. jalapeno smoke. Yeah, he loves this to death. All right, if you do clean keto, what in here might not be clean? I just realized there is no MSG or anything. I'm gonna have to tell my mom. She doesn't eat it because she thought, oh, it's got cheddar. She can't have cheddar though. Y'all, it doesn't even have MSG. There's no maltodextrin. It's pretty, well, you can look it up. It's Member's Mark. You'll see it better on your stuff. But I've already had a porterhouse. But I might have more later because it really is not that big of a porterhouse that I had. It's about this size. Okay, so here's 3 days of dinners. 3 days of dinners. I'll add 3 tablespoons of butter per thing, maybe even some cheese. Each day is different. And no, I'm not putting them extremely hot. They're not extremely hot. It's cooled down a lot already. All right. Now, I don't put other people's food in this like I just did mine because they freak out. Because I had all the raw steak and stuff in here. I peel everything up in here. I season it with my Redmond's Real Salt Chef's Blend. Put the cap on it. Put it in the fridge until it's time to go out. And then it all goes out. Everyone else gets a clean dish. I put mine in here because I eat my steaks completely raw. I am not worried. And I've been doing this all alone and haven't had no issues. I'm going to rinse this out. But the cat can lick it. Definitely need to get soap in here to go ahead and start sitting. Because it is fatty between... We use a whole stick of butter. We melted and we use a whole stick of butter while cooking these. Dino just puts butter on everything, including my pants. And my dad's friend was over. So he made a joke to my dad. Would you kill me if I knocked her over the head and took one of the porterhouses? And we had plenty, so we gave him a porterhouse. I thought it was funny. It's usually very quiet. But they smell amazing. There's no way anyone... He's doing carnivore too. He's lost a lot of weight. He's not even doing, I think, 92 months yet. And he's dropping, you know, guys drop. I think he's lost over 45 pounds or something. And he was hungry because he only ate 3 eggs for breakfast. And he doesn't do the 1 meal a day. But I suggest to everyone, if you're just going to eat, if you're going to eat breakfast, at least do 5 eggs. Right? Okay, my no salt butter. Let me make sure that's the one I grabbed. Yep, is what I like to eat plain. Alright. I think I went overboard on that. Might be 4 tablespoons. Let's see. 14, 14, 28. Then 42. It's 3.5. Why, baby?
But by the time I got there, he was gone already.
Oh, you were going down there? Yeah, Dad was ready to eat. So, this is what I'm going to eat now since I stuffed my face. And I will probably... Oh, there's my butter. I'm going to use some of it. I will probably have my strawberry keto challenge just a little bit.
You sure there's no poppers in the butter?
No, no one got in the butter. So, I don't like to waste it. So we're just going to pour some on these. Lower this down some so it's not touching the plastic so much. And these can go in the dishwasher. They do not change. The ones from TikTok, the one from Amazon, at least the ones that I have bought, does not, they're perfectly fine going in the dishwasher. Some has a softer lid, some has harder. I think the harder ones were the ones from Amazon. But a lot of the metal trays I put in the dishwasher, it destroys it the first time. It discolorates it so much. A little more Redmond's real salt, because we are not doing cheese today. Let's make my cake. This is my yummy cake. Alright, and as I said, I've already had a porterhouse. And it is 3:18. I downed it, and pretty soon I'll have a keto chow. Probably within an hour or two. I was starving. Let's talk about a few things. When I do lean meat on carnivore, or ketovore as you want to call it, because I do the berries. We'll just call it ketovore. When I do that, every time before, I always felt like crap. No energy. I didn't feel good. I never could eat my calories. I felt like total crap. I have learned this time around, lean meat is not for me, right? Because I would always do it with chicken. A lot of chicken wings too, which isn't necessarily lean. But I really wasn't getting the right proteins or anything. I got full very fast on them. Versus, did you see how much beef I just downed? Okay. All of it. Every bit of the butter, all the beef. I ended up giving my dad one of my meal prep things because by 3 days, I don't always like to eat leftovers 3 days later. So I have 2 days. I have tomorrow, which is Sunday, and I have Monday. And then Tuesday we'll make fresh. So I gave my dad a set so he could, with some of the sausages too in there, so my mom don't have to cook in the morning. She could just cook some eggs and warm up the patties. I gotta tell her, only 30 seconds for those patties. They warm up quickly. So this is what I was discussing. My keto chow is basically $5, so that is about $35 a week for my keto chow, right? Alright, so my steaks, I buy them when they're on sale, usually, so anywhere between $10.99 a pound and $12.99 a pound. Each steak is anywhere from $11 to $15. Usually closer to the 11. And then the burgers, the 4 burgers, which is almost 2 pounds out of the 4 burgers, that is $10. So they're basically, what, $2.50 a piece? So that's like $5 for the burger. We'll say about $12 for a steak. So that's $17 a day. Hold on, my mom. Okay. And give or take my butter. So we're just going to round it to $20 a day when I do beef and butter. And so that's like $140. And then the keto chow brings it to like $175. The cats are bothering me. So it's probably a little under $175 a week. A lot of people might say, oh my god, that's horrible. Really? Because I don't go through drive-thrus. I'm not spending $10 on an unhealthy meal plus eating breakfast, and I am not eating snacks. I am not spending $6 to $10 a day on coffees, okay? This is it for me. This is all the food intake. At the highest is $175 a week. That is all my food intake. That is all my beverage intake. That is 100% it, y'all. It. My daughter spends more than that just on her lunches sometimes and her coffee. That is it. And sometimes it's cheaper when the steaks are on sale more. Okay. Now, was it cheaper during the pork loin and eggs? Yes, it was cheaper during pork loin and eggs because the pork loin I got 10 pounds for $30. And I go through about 2 cartons of eggs, so that was $14. So we're looking at $45 plus the $35 for my keto chow, so that's like $80. So it was way cheaper. And also, you could do cheaper steak and cheaper beef. I have MCAST. I can't even do the more expensive ones. I've gone to the meat market multiple times trying to purchase the more expensive steak because sometimes they put it on sale. But I have a reaction. I've been having a reaction. I don't have a reaction to the London roll, but that's horrible on a grill. I do not like it on a grill whatsoever. So I don't have a problem with Food Lion's London roll, porterhouses, or the New York strip ones that I buy of the burgers. And I didn't have problems with their New York strip steak either. They're just, if I have a choice between porterhouse and New York strip, porterhouse is always going to win. So if they're the same price, porterhouse is what I'm getting every single time. Okay, and I buy my butter like $60 or more at a time because I buy them when they're on sale for $2.99 at Lidl's. And I buy 10 salted, 10 unsalted every time. So it's actually right around 60. So, but I buy it when it's on sale, and it's months and months away before they expire, but I'm going to use it way before then. Like, seriously, we go through a whole entire salted one when grilling because we grill for my mom and them, and then Dino's, and then you saw what I eat and I have, so that's a lot of butter. And then the unsalted ones, I eat anywhere between 3 and 6 tablespoons a day of it. Now I do buy light cream for my coffee, but I don't even count that because it takes me forever, like a month, to go through that $4 of light cream because I only put 1 tablespoon in my coffees. And then I do buy frozen strawberries, but I have included that in the Keto Chow price because I do get a discount for Keto Chow because I go to Wendy and Harry's link through YouTube and I get their discount when I buy it. And it would be cheaper if they sold it in bulk, but right now I'm in love with that raspberry candy one, as they call it and I call it, like Wendy and Harry calls it. And it's not cheaper when you have to buy each pack. And I bought a lot, like 60, 90, 130, I don't know, okay? I spent a lot of money on that to make sure I have one every day for 3-4 months. I'm actually thinking about going to go order more. I am thinking about that because once it's gone, it's gone. It's a limited edition. I'm really scared they won't bring it back, but let me tell you, they need to get rid of the raspberry cheesecake if they only want one raspberry and replace it. For all I know, tons of people could love that raspberry cheesecake. I don't even know if they still have it. So it might sell at hotcakes. I don't know. I just know I'm in love with that one. I also do love my coconut cream, but I don't put anything in it other than ice. I don't, but the raspberry one, I like 3 ounces of frozen strawberries. It makes it perfect. It's so delicious, that strawberry raspberry flavor together. And that's how I used to buy the snow cones with those 2 flavors. So it's like paradise, but it's healthy and it's a meal replacement. So if you look at my diet and you're like, oh, that's too expensive. Well, one, you might not be able to eat the amount of calories I do. I just learned that I was under eating for the amount I do in a day. And maybe the calorie in, calorie out people is right on one thing, is if you're eating the correct calories. See, they always say the lower you go, the better. But that's the problem, I think. I was burning so many calories doing the garden. I was eating 1,200 calories, which that's what you need to make your heart work, like just to pee and sleep and do normal things, because that's a 2-year-old's calorie level. So maybe if I had upped my calories and continued working, but this is also what I argue with. The quality of your food matters. Not whether it's beef-fed, grass-fed crap. Not whether it's like really expensive stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not being processed. I think the paleo people had that part right. That the whole natural, the fruit from the trees, the berries from the bush, the nuts, eating, you know, I would never eat raw milk though. That's just nowhere I'm going. If you think it's safe, go ahead. But that is, I don't eat milk in the first place. I just do like cream. But that's something I would never go down that path. But I think they had it right on natural, right? Or as they call ingredient households, or crunchy moms, because they do not believe in cereal made. You want cereal? I'm going to make it homemade for you. Like, I think they got it right on that part. That it does matter what you're putting in your body. Really, really does. And the whole calories in, calories out, and working your butt off in a gym. I don't know, Barb Harper proved that theory wrong when he had his heart attack in the gym. Okay? So that is why my theory is carnivore, keto, ketovore, low carb, clean as possible. I'm finding actually matters for my health. Not for my waistline so much, but my actual health. I'm discovering that is what really, really matters for me. To have optimal health, I need stuff like beef. Lots of red, beautiful, gorgeous beef. I've also had an iron issue in the past, low iron and different things, so I think that makes a difference. I also found that I do have to take vitamin B, all of them, in a liquid form every day. And that doesn't matter if I'm eating all the million eggs. It doesn't matter if I was eating, it doesn't matter. For some reason, getting it from the food just doesn't work for me. Same with vitamin D, never worked until I started eating so heavy on beef. Once I went over eating tons and tons of beef, I don't have to take my 200,000 milligrams of prescription vitamin D any longer. My vitamin Ds are fine. So I'm just really thrilled that I can sit here and I ate all that food and I'm not throwing up. I am not shaking. I am not having gushing stomach acid come through my body. I'm not in hives. I'm not wheezing. I am not having an MCAS episode whatsoever. I'm not having a digestive issue, whether it was from the MCAS or not. Like, nothing. I'm fine. I don't feel like I ate a brick. I am not in pain. I do not feel like I ate too much. I feel like I stopped right at the perfect time. And the old me, even the me who did keto and got down really small, would sit and tell you how I couldn't go over 1,200 calories a day because I would throw up. My stomach wouldn't allow me. It's because I was eating the wrong foods for my body. I was eating cheeses, I was eating concoctions, I was eating a bunch of salads, and my body does not like salads. I have learned I am fine with potatoes, but they can make my waist go up. But I don't have any kind of issue with them other than that. I can eat carrots with zero issue. I can eat my berries, I can eat my plums. Watermelon makes my blood sugar goes up, so that's an issue. But those things make me feel fine, make me feel healthy. But you give me lettuce and I'm on the ground crying. Okay, lettuce is a no-no, and I learned that my Duke's mayonnaise was killing me, and I didn't realize it because of the soy, I guess. I really guess I can't have soy. Once I had it out of my diet long enough, I was able to tell 100% that it had been affecting me, and I didn't realize it. Also, even with my MCAS, I would have issues every time I ate, even though they were my safe foods, they weren't safe enough. Like right now, I am fine. But every time I would eat my little Hawaiian rolls and food, it would be 2 Hawaiian rolls and some meat, and I would still be sick. I would still have to put a heating pad on my stomach. I would still have heartburn that night. I just wouldn't throw it up. It was the safest food to not throw up. But my MCAS is in check right now, y'all. I might have tiny little episodes, but nothing like I did before. Like, I'm full of energy too right now. I mean, the beef gave me just as much energy as the friggin' bowl of fruit yesterday. Like, I could go run a mile. I was running earlier too, by the way. And my pants were falling off so bad. And I was just running from here to my house, which is longer than a football field. And it didn't hurt. I didn't even think about it. I just was running to go tell Dino something. And I just started running without thinking. I just, boom. Let me tell you, even a week ago, that would not have happened. That's like, I would have been out of breath. My heart would have been pounding. Like, every week I notice my health is changing more and more. Even if the pants line is taking a long time. But these large Halora pants are so falling off of me. So I need to go buy some new ones. Oh, I'm just talking. Okay, that was my dad. So basically, all I'm saying is, if you cut things out, you don't really need like the 1,000 pounds of sugar. Coffee is hold on, Rocket, at Dunkin' Donuts. It's very affordable. Plus, you can buy big giant bulk steaks. You can buy, especially if you have a membership to Sam's, it's $3.99 a pound usually, or less, for the big sirloin roast, and they will cut it for you, whatever size you want. Okay, there are cheaper ways to do it if you don't have MCAS and issues, or only can have one kind of steak, or stuff like that. There are cheaper ways. I could probably do it for $70 a week. And if you don't do the keto chow, but I love the keto chow. That's something I won't give up. Now that I found a flavor that I love and doesn't affect me, totally in love with it. Tilda, you and your baby sleeping on the chair? That one almost fell off. Hey, little one. Hi. We definitely need a flea bath. I've never seen so many fleas on one little kitten in my life. Daddy says he'll give you one as soon as it warms back up, because it's not that hot out here. And y'all are teeny tiny. Well, teeny tinies. Yeah, you stole my porch. Alright, so this is harder than it looks, especially for me, because of all the bending. I managed to get one of those out. When I tell you, they are embedded so much with root system that you can't dig out the dirt with a shovel. I'm not joking. It was a nightmare. A nightmare. Okay, plus I got all the way around on this side, all the 2 layers. There's still some on the bottom. Started over here, almost collapsed because of all the bending. It is nothing but a huge root system. There's a project. Dino's like, nope, too much for him. He's not fighting with the root system. This is grass. I did throw one of the pieces on here just to see. I need to flatten it. But it is a big pile of root. I had, in the end, as much as I could chop, I'm probably hurt myself, I chopped so that I could pull. I was picking that up in my arms. This whole top piece is a whole piece by itself. I was literally picking it up in my arms because I can't get a shovel through it. This is going to be a very long project because I'm only going to be able to do maybe one a day, because that took 2 hours. 2 hours of me fighting with a hoe and a shovel. And there's not a lot there. It's just the root system was so bad I could not get to separate enough to pick up. I couldn't get it on a shovel to be at all. I tried, wouldn't get on the shovel. I feel like passing out, to be honest. Like, that really kicked my butt. But that's not a project Dino wants to get involved in because it's too much work. So if I want it done, I'm gonna have to do it. Also, I think my dad's friend took one of my cats home accidentally. They were all in the engine of his car, and they didn't count them before they left, and now we're missing one of my boy cats. So yeah. The normal healthy people that don't have fibromyalgia, MCAS, POTS, dysautonomia, any autoimmune diseases like lupus, Sjogren's, any of those things, right? Rheumatoid arthritis. I have a crap tons of stuff. Not everything I just listed, though I don't have all those. I'm just saying that probably wouldn't have been a struggle for them, and they probably could continue. That's killed me for the rest of the day. I'm about to go take a shower. That is the problem with my life. Things that seem nothingness for other people destroy me for a few days. So, it is, Dino came out and was like, this is all you've done? That's all I could do. And that was hard. I'm going to try my mother's suggestion real fast that I didn't even think of. We're going to fill that pool with water. The little pools, yes, they have holes, but I think it should hold it. And see if it separates the dirt from the roots better. Okay, y'all, about to go take a shower. When I say I will be crying tomorrow, I will be crying tomorrow. Mom was right. Adding water made it easier. Dina was right. I made the dirt heavier picking up with the shovel. Let me show you what I did. I'm dead. My back is so screaming. My neck is screaming. Everything is screaming. And I am dirty. My feet are soaked. So this side's done. Other than, you know, I gotta rake it. Those are all seashells. Probably just gonna throw in grass for the time being and get all the rest of these bricks up. I got 2 over here, 2.5 left on this side. I almost finished it tonight, but I am dying. Dying. Look how many pools I pulled up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And then 2 over there. 7.5 pools I pulled up already. No, I'm so dying. Holy crap, it is shower time. Yeah, I know it's dark. The one bad thing about MCAST, it's not just food. It's everything that can set it off. I know for sure triggers is too heat, too hot, and cold. I know I have a lot of food triggers. I know I have lightning triggers and smells. But I have to remember, pushing myself too hard is a trigger as well. Do I regret doing it? No. But am I gonna pay all night? It seems likely. I am struggling not to throw up. This has nothing to do with my food. This is because I got overexhaustion while I was in the shower. I almost threw up. My heart rate is through the roof right now. My blood pressure is really low. I'm having severe stomach pain, which is all part of the course of a flare-up. I'm hoping it's not a flare-up. I'm hoping it's just an isolated incident, like it has been every time it's lightning or something. I keep forgetting that I set myself for a big crash when I overwork, though. Because not only do I have MCAS, I have fibromyalgia that sends me through a huge flare-up when I overexert myself. I just wanted it done. Still not done, but it's way better than it was. I just don't want to throw up. I have a heating pad on right now to try to help with the cramps and stuff. It's I get these horrible cramps that move. You could look at my stomach and watch it move. My muscles go crazy when I get these flare-ups. It's really painful. Also, my stomach feels too cold on the inside. The heartburn that's coming up feels like ice. So I'm trying to warm it up. Now, I did get really cold earlier today. Out of nowhere, I was just covered in chill bumps, and that's why I went outside and started working. And the house wasn't even cold. The house was hot. It was 75. I'm cold right now, and the house is 74, and the doors are open so the cats can run in and out. And I have blankies on, I have a heating pad, and I am freezing, and that is due to the MCAS. I cannot, and dysautonomia. I've had it my whole life. That's not a new condition. I've been to neurologists and everything. They've never been able to help me with it, though. I've never been able to regulate my temperature. It's not a thing. As a little girl, it's not a thing. I can't regulate it. It goes below what temperature should go. So, and it goes really high. There were years in my junior high years that I only went to school like 55 days out of the year, and at that time we did not know I have something like MCAS, because that explains it now. In 7th grade, I went to school only 55 days because every time I went to school they had to send me home with 105-degree fever. I was being taken to the hospital, and then it would just get higher, wouldn't get better, probably because there's tons of alcohol around there, and latex back then, and I actually was allergic to latex. Like, that is a real allergy for me. And then I would go home and be away from everything. And remember, I went to school in a military base where I am very allergic to pine saw. Even, and it's an MCAS thing too. And they always were mopping the floors 24/7 with pine saw and using rubbing alcohol on stuff to clean. So every time I went to school, I would have a reaction. And they couldn't understand because it wasn't something that was on my allergy list. And they didn't understand why I was running fevers. But now, knowing I have MCAS, you can go back and be like, oh, that was MCAS. She was around stuff she was allergic to, and it was giving her temperature. So MCAS is when your body responds insanely. Whether it's a severe digestive issue, whether it's your pulse going sky high, your blood pressure dropping to the ground, your throat swelling shut, hives all over you, skin writing, that's where you just press against your skin and you can write on it and it comes up in big giant red marks. I always had that my whole life. Severe itching from pressure, so every time I lay down as a kid in bed, up until recent, like in the last couple of years, someone would have to scratch my back, and then because it would itch like mad, right? But then I would whelp up insanely into this big sheet of whelping because of skin writing and pressure. I'm allergic to pressure. So then my mom would freak out, thinking all those years she thought I was allergic to, like, is it the laundry detergent? Is it the soap? Like, she went through years of her life wondering what the heck I'm responding to and changing stuff around, and it was just because I didn't cast. That's just my whole life, and I still think my mom has it too. I just have the worst version of it. That's gotten worse as I've gotten older. Now, it was really bad when I was younger, though. Truthfully, it's been bad. It was bad my whole life, except when I first found keto so like 2017 to 2022. The only problem, 2022, so 2017 to 2022 were I would only have a few episodes, and that's when I would go see Dino and I would eat in restaurants and have horrible reactions. As a matter of fact, one place I thought we were gonna have to call an ambulance. I was desperately ill, and it was the first time I ever had a severe reaction where my pulse went sky high, blood pressure went down, was pooping, like almost pooping myself, and throwing up like crazy, and my throat even started to swell on that one. Thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital. That happened every time I went to see Dino after that. So I've not had very many good years in my life. Like, I had a few perfect years when everything was perfect and I had no reactions. But the truth is, most of my life I've had reactions, and we just blamed it on, oh, was there onions in the food because onions can make you sick, or was there, maybe it was the bell peppers, or maybe it was this, or maybe it was that, or maybe I just got overheated. And no, I can go back, even my mom can now, from the time I was a baby, and be like, that explains why you could only eat those 2 foods, or you would throw up everywhere. So, and also, I've noticed my MCAS is horrible during Shark Week. I am way more, and my emotions are really bad. But come to find out, that is not just me. Like, I have, it's weird because I had said that the other day, and now TikTok is showing me other women, well, young girls, they are very young, having the same issue that's way worse when it's Shark Week. Like, they're sensitive to everything, and they have a lot of episodes too. But the heating pad really does help me, y'all. I cannot tell you when I discovered that the heating pad can help me not throw up. And I'm in a sit-up position, and it is finally, the heartburn is starting to warm back up. See, it's only coming to right about here and going back down, thank God. I can kind of feel it in my nose. And it's stupid stomach acid. It's just, it shouldn't be cold. There's no reason my stomach acid should be cold. I don't eat ice and stuff, and the keto trial and everything I did was hours ago. There should be no reason it is freezing ice cold like ice. But the heating pad does help a lot. It calms the muscles down, and it also starts warming up the inside of my stomach. And yes, I know if I use the heating pad too much, I will have webbing on my skin permanently for the rest of my life. But I don't have to use it every day now. There for a while, I was getting worried that was going to happen because I was having to use it multiple times a day. Anytime I ate, anytime I drank something, anytime I was around a smell or a sound or anything, I was having to rush into the bed with the heating pad and try to fall asleep. So it does suck. So I know not to do that much in one day. Of course, I'll probably be crying with my back tomorrow. That was way too much shoveling. Way too much, y'all. Way too much. I cannot believe I did that. It's just once it started coming up, I just kept going, not realizing, because not only was I having to dig it all up, put it in a wheelbarrow, take it across the yard, dump the wheelbarrow, come back, plus pick up the bricks, put it in the other wagon, then go put those bricks in another place because it was too heavy for the wagon, and I was having to bend each time, and every time I bend, I would hear ringing in my ears and see the stars and almost pass out over and over again. So no wonder I'm sick. My blood pressure kept going up, down, up, down, up, down. I got way too hot. But I'm going to shut up now because I feel like it's gushing way more. I'm really worried all of a sudden it's just gonna... I can't edit. I suck at editing, and I do not want, what was her name, Belinda Blair or whatever. I do not want an exorcist moment on camera. No, thank you. Because that is what happens when I tell you gushing stomach acid. That is what I'm talking about. It is the first time it happened, I thought I was dying. It was the most scariest crap ever. And I couldn't catch my breath, and I was choking to death because it just wasn't stopping. I know, too much information. But MCAS really does suck, y'all. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. It sucks. It is 10:30. It has been over an hour and a half or more, and I am perfectly fine now. The heating pad worked. And I also, after I didn't feel like I was going to throw up anymore, but I still was, the acid was still coming up cold, I did go make a hot coffee, and I've been sipping on it ever since, and now the stomach acid is completely gone. It's not coming out my throat anymore, and nothing feels cold inside me. I'm actually hot now. And I think it's like 73 in my house because we have the door open and stuff for the cats to play. But come on, Freya. You want to come be a mommy? Come on. So I'm just relaxing. I did too much. I knew it. I knew it when I almost passed out in the yard, and not because I was bending over, but because I was sweating and my heart was pounding on my chest. Y'all, I did more than I've done since the beginning of spring when I was doing the beds for the garden. I can't believe I shoveled so much. Now I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to seriously pay for it. I could never have a labor job. I can't have a job that I can't control when I work. My job is when I want to, or when I feel good enough, because I never know. I could be perfectly fine, and 10 minutes later, I have to go lay down or I'm going to throw up everywhere. My heart goes crazy. I can't do anything that's, it's been a nightmare for 20 years about that aspect. I've always had to do little jobs here and there. I make enough to survive, but it's not a set schedule. But I pretty much know how much I'm going to make every year. Can't really do at-home jobs because my internet sucks so bad. I used to rely on YouTube. Before we all used to make more money on YouTube, even with not as many views as I have now. I have more views sometimes now. Lately it's been trash, but it doesn't matter because I don't make anything. Even when I do get the same amount of views as I did like 4 years ago, I don't even make a quarter of what it used to be. I'm lucky if I make $50 a month, and I spend hours and hours making videos. Praline, hold on. But I used to make almost $1,000 a month off of YouTube. But everything changed about how you got money off of YouTube. And it changed everything. So, and I've been too scared to do the whole put my payment information on TikTok and do TikToks because of that. But yeah, I hate it. I hate not knowing when I'm gonna feel okay or not. Now I'm way too hot. Like, I'm insanely hot. I just had to pull the blankets off me. I hate. I'm either freezing or I'm on fire. I am never okay, and that drives me nuts. It drives me completely nuts. But I'm almost done with the circle, so that is a miracle. Literally, before my mom told me to go use the water hose, I really thought it was going to take me like all winter to do it. Because that one took more than 2 hours and killed me. I never thought about it. It's a swimming pool. Fill it up with water. And then all the roots, because it comes completely into mud, all the roots just falls off of the mud. Like, it's just left with the mud, and the roots just come up with the, it just breaks up so easy. I didn't have to fight it or nothing. It just was heavy because of the water in the mud. But it was able to dig out with no problem. And I knew about doing that in the yard when I want to dig a hole and then the ground's too hard, but I didn't think about, go do it with the swimming pool and make it even easier. What, Frey? You come and sleep with Mommy? No one can see. It's too dark in here. There we go. Still probably can't see on people's TVs. Should Mommy turn light on? Can Mommy reach light? Oh, there we go. We have light. Probably blinded everyone just then. But we have light. So, oh my goodness, man, we should go back to no light. I had mascara all down my face from when I got sick. Almost threw it, but I didn't. But my eyes start watering when I don't feel well. When I get these episodes, I start crying because my pulse is really high, my blood pressure is really, really low, and I think I'm going to faint. I don't cry because I'm scared. I'm crying because my body makes me cry. I can't control it, and it does suck. But, oh, you want me to turn the light back out? She don't like it in her eyes, she's saying. No, you don't like it. Aw. Okay, so I'm gonna shut up, but, yeah, learned my lesson. Don't do so much in a day. I probably won't be able to move tomorrow.